Welcome to Football for Fun. Please hit the subscribe button below the video so that you can support the channel and we can crank out more content. Now, enjoy the show.
O-linemen, and, not like we spend a lot of time talking about them. I mean, it is football for fun. And the O-linemen, as valuable as they are
Very
one of the
valuable.
more,
Yep.
yeah, very valuable, but they're one of the more boring positions to talk about.
I mean, how
But
many offensive linemen can you name? Not on your own team.
right, there is an interesting, I actually don't know if you know this, but I played like a year of like JV football, in high school, and, the
Oh, so you're
comparison that
officially cooler than me because I never played.
Yeah, I mean, I barely played, but I did, like, suit up and, like, I had one pass attempted to me, and it was dropped. I think it was
Ah.
overthrown, or underthrown, but, like, but I got my name called on the, big whatever, like,
Oh, no, that's cool. That's cool.
pass attempted to Daniel Gould was incomplete, so, that was pretty cool.
That had to be a cool moment.
Right, yeah, it was pretty cool, because I remember, like, because I remember, like, the play call came in, and, like, that was the play I knew was going to me, because, like, that's just, like, how they designed it. And I was like, here we go. And then, like,
The
I think
excitement.
it was I think it was probably, like, both of our faults. Like, maybe I just needed to catch it. It was, like, underthrown, I'm pretty sure. But anyway, I remember the coach, he made a comparison, like, with O-linemen. It's like, O-linemen are like dads, and the reason I say that is because, like, if you have like some like big accomplishment or you're on TV or something like that, you're normally shouting out your mom, right? You're like, "Hi, mom," or like, I don't know, like, about you, but like most people, when they, like, if they're gonna shout out a parent, they shout out their mom, right? Like, the dads aren't normally shouted out.
It's true. I think that's actually true. That's kind of
Like,
weird,
they're
but yeah.
underappreciated, I guess. Yeah. So I don't know. I just thought that was interesting, but
That is an interesting comparison, yeah.
yeah,
Huh.
so at Football for Fun, we do understand that O-linemen are very important, but
But we
there's
want to talk about the flashy players.
definitely. But I would say Orlando Brown to Cincinnati is a pretty big
That's
deal.
a big move, yes.
Not quite a division rival, but it's as close as it gets at this point. He's certainly joining that rivalry
And
of,
he came from Baltimore too, right? He started in Baltimore
that's
before he went to the
true.
Chiefs,
Oh
so
yeah, that's true.
he's got that connection. But that's a great signing by the Bengals. I mean, the offensive line has been the one major weakness for the past couple of seasons. Letting
Right,
Burrow get sacked 100 times a year or whatever. I know it's not that many, but still,
right. Oh
um,
yeah, yeah.
close enough, right? But anyway, that's a
Definitely.
great signing. They need to improve the offensive line, the protection of Burrow, and that's a good way to do it. So locking down the
Right.
offensive line. Now they just need a new trash talking corner.
Yeah. Definitely. No. Yeah. I would agree with that. It's like, I think if you're the Bengals, you have to make a splash at, like, O line, especially. You're still not paying. I guess Burrow's payday is coming up, right? Is it this year when he can get paid?
I
I
think it'll
think it
be
is.
maybe he can be paid this year, but he's supposedly going to be
No,
paid next year.
I think he. No, I think he is eligible this year.
Okay.
Because the 19 class, I'm blanking out. Who got paid? Who got paid last offseason? I'm totally blanking out. Let's see.
Uh, I don't even know. I see Carolina
No,
never
I'm
has a
sure.
quarterback to pay, so I don't keep up with this.
Okay, Kyler Murray just got paid. He was in the 19 draft.
He was paid last
Um,
year.
yeah, he was paid last
Huh.
year.
Okay.
Remember the video game, like,
That feels like a long
quotes?
time ago to me. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, it was last summer. I remember that. So, like,
Wow.
yeah, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love technically are eligible to get paid this year.
Yeah, go
So
ahead and extend Jordan Love.
you could probably get him cheap at this point, honestly. Now I know, I don't know what he'd do if he'd, like, want to, like, wait it out, and, like, but, like, you could probably get him cheap actually.
Yeah, Jordan Love would be unwise to get extended for cheap right now. Ball out for the
Right.
Packers and then get a huge extension instead.
Exactly. Yeah, and I mean, if he balls out, then, like, it's probably worth it anyway.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
like, it's a good investment. That's probably a better risk reward situation than you extend him, even if it's cheap, but he's just a complete bust, and you still have to, like, yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Daniel Jones was in that draft class, and he,
He
got
he
paid,
got his payday.
obviously. Yeah, Kyler Murray. Funny, I saw Josh Allen. There's Josh Allen, the linebacker in Jacksonville. Yeah, Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones. That wasn't a great draft class. Dwayne Haskins, R.I.P. Drew Lock, Will Greer, Ryan Finley, Jarrett
Will
Stidham.
Greer, I forgot about him. That
Yeah,
was a Panther.
Easton Stick, uh, Clayton Thorson, Gardner Minshew, Trace
Minshew, he's the
McSorley.
best.
Yep, Trace McSorley, David Blau, Brett Rippon, Devlin Hodges. Game changers, league altering people.
No, that was a terrible draft class for quarterbacks. Wow, jeez.
Yeah, even like Kyler Murray's just not been playing good. That's actually a terrible draft class. Now you look at it, like
There's still hope for Murray. I mean, he's had some rough luck with injuries like last season, and plus Cliff Kingsbury wasn't all that great. So
speaking of which, do you remember? Do you like know like when Baker Mayfield made a comment about Daniel Jones getting drafted in 2019? Baker Mayfield said, I cannot believe the Giants took Daniel Jones. It blows my mind. Some people overthink it. That's where people go wrong. They forget you've got to win.
that's great.
Now, contextually, he did not know he was being recorded or whatever when he said that. He didn't say it like on the podium or anything like that. Like he didn't
Okay,
mean
that's
for
good.
that to
That's
get
good.
out. But he said all that. And then 4 years later, Daniel Jones gets extended. Like this is the meme that like sums it up. I don't know if you can read it, but he
Yeah,
gets extended. Yeah, 160 million, and he's just on a backup deal for or 1 year deal for like 8.5 million. So
I
it's
mean,
just
I'd
funny.
rather have Danny Dimes at this point.
At this point, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely.
That's funny.
I
It's
do
funny how
still
things
think there's
play
a
out.
still think there's a little bit of upside for Baker, but it's
No,
like
I've
Carson
lost all hope on
Wentz.
him.
I feel like it's like Carson Wentz last year. Like if he doesn't work out now, then it's just over. He's just a backup. But yeah. So anyway, Orlando Brown to Cincinnati. I don't even know how we got from there to talking about Baker Mayfield, but the
Yep.
rabbit trails we go on. And the other O lineman news that we thought was worth noting was Jason Kelce staying in
We
Philadelphia.
called it. We called it. I think most people probably did,
Exactly.
but we're still gonna own it.
Oh
We called
yeah,
it.
definitely. Yeah, pretty good move. I mean, I think it might look like the Eagles are falling apart because they're like losing a lot of free agents, but they're still keeping like a lot of their core guys. But obviously, Jalen Hurts, Fletcher Cox is still there. I guess James Bradbury, but I don't know what you
Yeah,
think
I didn't think he was gonna stay, so I have to admit I was wrong about that. Ugh.
Yeah, Hassan Reddick is still there, right? Yeah,
Right.
Hassan
Yeah,
Reddick's
he's
there.
there.
So they're still going to be really good.